Thank you for the introduction. B'shut, Rabbi Shlomo, b'shut, Rabbi Pesach Kron, b'shut my mother, my in-laws, my beautiful wife, my children, and all the family members who are watching at home who cannot come today. I am forever grateful for Am Yisrael. I've been saying to everybody, Mi ki Amcha Yisrael. I am proud to be a Yid, a Jew, and I'm proud to be part of this greater family. For me to stand here and to say publicly to everyone, thank you for your prayers. Thank you for being there. Thank you for being with us. I think I spoke to my wife. The half an hour we were trying to save my daughters was the only time I felt alone. Otherwise, since then, and the whole thing, how it happened, we saw it with our own eyes. We didn't understand. And no one else was there to jump in, so I just jumped in the water. What would any other father do, except that I don't know how to swim? And to see, I really thought we were going to be collecting body parts, because they went so fast, slammed into a slab of cement. I thought, the head is going to be one part, the body is going to be in another. And just to come over, got closer, Baruch Hashem, it didn't blow up, those jet skis. And to come and see my daughter, first I saw Aviva face down, and they kept saying, we have one. I didn't understand, they're talking about my daughter, Aviva. I thought they were talking about Rachel Eliza. So Baruch Hashem, with my wife and I, we pushed them up. My wife is screaming at the top of her lungs, please call 911. And for some reason, the guy who was supposed to be with us disappeared. Left the scene of the crime. So we're trying to push her up. Baruch Hashem, again, Chazdei Hashem, that they were working on the house. So the workers helped us, pulled them out one by one. And now all of a sudden, I'm so happy my daughter she wakes up. I don't wish this on anyone. To see your daughter's face down in the water, unconscious. I don't know what to think. And then all of a sudden, after we got my daughter out, Aviva, I see my other daughter under the dock, all the way, from here till the bima. Now, I got so panicked. I ran. I don't know how. I grabbed her. I don't know if my wife helped me. We pulled her up, and I've turned her over again. But she had a severe head trauma. Her head she hit severely against the pole, which is cement. I have scratches all over. I had scratches all over my hand trying to save them, because I had to hold on one thing to try to pull them out. And by the time the ambulance came, they were doing CPR, chest compressions on my daughter, my baby. And they took her in the ambulance, and I'm standing over there trying to figure out what, where, when, how. Now, I have a red cap on. Thank God I have it, because I have a bald spot. I learned the hard way, if you get a sunburn, it hurts, really hurts. So I'm just saying, Shila Malot, I'm just praying, Elahad Meir Aneni, Elahad Meir Aneni, B'schut Rab Meir Balanes. And walking back and forth, we don't know what to do. Our stuff is on the boat, our slippers, nothing. And once we came to the hospital, from then on, we did not feel alone. Chabad Rabbi came from Broward County. My wife's sister from another mother, Vicky, she showed up. And the Rebbetzin also, her name also happens to be Rachel. And they come and give us the news that I wish no parents ever have to hear. That we saved one of your daughters, but we couldn't save the second one. And before initial shock, the first thing I said to myself is, what am I going to tell my mother? What am I going to tell my in-laws? And I started apologizing to my wife. I said, I'm sorry, I couldn't save my other daughter. My grandmother used to always say, things could always be worse. Hashem shouldn't make it worse. Because no matter how bad you think, things could be even worse. And how fitting it is tonight, Rosh Chodesh Elul, which is Ani ledodi v'dodi li, I am to my loved one and my loved one is to me. And I didn't know how many times my youngest daughter always was thinking about her Bobo, her grandfather, my father, alav shalom, David ben Istam, Zchuto yagen aleinu. 28 years ago, I was telling people when I was Shiva, I sat in my house 28 years ago when my father passed away. I was 26 years old and my father was 54. And I was sitting there and I was telling everyone. And then my wife told me that she always cried. She would always say, Mommy, I feel Bobo. I feel my grandfather. I want to see him. I pray for Mashiach should come. And she would cry. And you know, Baruch Hashem, we have 7 other ones. I never heard any of my kids say that. None of my other kids say that. We know we miss Bobo, we miss our grandfather. And it's not for nothing that tonight, tomorrow night is my father's yortzeit. And the Shloshim is going to be exactly on September 11th, a day after my daughter's birthday. She would have been 14 years old. But I am forever grateful, and I said it, and people think I had something script prepared. I said it mitoch halev, from the bottom of my heart. Mi kamcha Israel, I love you, Hashem. And I'm happy, if you could say that of all people that happened to me, to my wife, because I think if it would be somebody else, he would have been knocked out. He would have been asking questions of why. But my father taught me many years ago, we don't ask why. Lama yomru hagoyim. The goyim say why. We as Yidden, we never say why. Why was my father the youngest, passed away 6 months after my grandmother? I don't know. Why did my father lose his oldest brother at 42 years old, only 2 months after he got married? I don't know. Why did my cousins, who were not even bar mitzvah, my oldest cousin was 12 years old, and my youngest cousin was only 2 years old, 42-year-old man, walked out of the house and they brought him back in a you know, my grandparents were alive, my father, his 2 brothers, my aunts, they were all alive. Lama yomru hagoyim. We don't say why. Why is the worst answer to ask. We just continue living. I have never seen such achdut as was mentioned before. We are one big family. Adam, atem kuriyim Adam, v'lo umot ha'olam kuriyim Adam. We are considered one. Adam in singular and plural is one. Because we are Yidden. I never thought I would see so many people. 2 o'clock in the morning, people are coming. I left the hospital at 2 o'clock to go get my passport, to get ready to go to Eretz Yisrael. Till 2 o'clock, people were coming. I didn't know that the state police trumped securities of the hospital. People just said, okay, we know why you're here, just keep going, keep going. 2 o'clock in the morning. I left the hospital at 2 o'clock. till 3 o'clock. I asked my wife what time people were coming. 3 o'clock in the morning. The next day I had to go to Miami to pick up my passport. 7 o'clock in the morning. People are calling me, you ready? Mikam Chai Israel. I am proud to be a Yid. I am more than that. Ani Aleph Bet Gimel. Ani Bukhari Geh. I am proud Bukharian. We are BAs, Bukharian American, not BS. And I saw it when we sat together, when everybody came, when everybody was coming to supposedly console. There is no consolation. There is nothing you could say. But the most important thing is that, as my father would always say, John Videsh, you have to continue living. You have to continue, and that's why I carry my daughter with me all the time. Because she's alive, she will always be with us. Someone asked me, so how many kids now do you have? I said, I always have 8 kids. I will always have 8 kids. She is my infinity. She's the 8th child. It's not Rachel Bitcha Aktana, it's Rachel Biti Aktana. My Rachel, she will be always a living thing. How fortunate it is for everybody, the Mishpacha, everybody came together as one. Rabbi Peretz Steinberg, when he came to my house, he said, Rabbi Nisanov, this is not your Shiva. This is Am Yisrael Shiva. The whole Jewish people are sitting Shiva with you. Don't feel like it's only you going through this. People came, I don't know, I thought maybe they're my sons, maybe something. No, people just showed up. I said, you don't know me, but we heard, we came, we wanted to give you Mekah, coming to give you offer condolences during the time of Shiva. And how fitting it is tonight, of all times that we gather here in this beautiful hall of Young Israel of Hillcrest, where we have many smachot here, many britot, bar mitzvahs, everything. How fitting it is that I have Rabbi Pesach Kron, who I've known for many, many years. We did our first Shabbaton almost 25 years ago, Hudson Valley Resort, when it was still alive and looking much better than it looks now. And we had a beautiful Shabbaton, and the Rebbitzin Kron, who's been my wife's teacher when she went to Shevach, and she is, continuing to be my daughter, Aviva, Brachas, Manahelet over there. And we're a big family. Rabbi Kron did the brit of my grandson, my oldest grandson. And also, Rabbi Kron did the brit of my nephew, David Azaria. And what a small world together we're coming. And unfortunately, I don't know if Rabbi Kron remembers, unfortunately, we were together at the Aguda convention. I came over with my wife to Rabbi Kron and to Rebbitzin Kron, and we said, I'm sorry, Rabbi Kron, we won't be able to hear you Friday night because we have to go back to Queens. And little do we know that what happened. May you have a Rufah Shlema, may you continue to inspire others. And on a great note, I'm very happy to say that my daughter, Aviva Bracha, with your tefillot, with the tefillot of all God's Klal Yisrael, from all over the world, phone calls from Australia, from Austria, from Israel, all over. You guys all prayed for my daughter, and she's doing very, very well. Yes, she's worried about her missing teeth, but the dentist said, don't worry about it, we'll take care of your missing teeth. It's unbelievable. Nisim and Niflo, the miracles that have happened. She's sitting in the front, and she didn't get hit on the head. She had the right side broken arm and some couple of teeth, but she didn't get hit on the head. It's unbelievable. Baruch Hashem. Like I said in the beginning, I thought I lost both my daughters, my 2 girls after my 6 boys. But Baruch Hashem, for Hashem's reason, we don't know why. We accept it be'ahava rabah. We accept it because this is the works of the Ribono Shel Olam. There was a famous thing, which with that I will conclude. It's brought down by Rabbi Yosef. We know that we at Tzipita Yeshua, one of the questions that everybody's asked is, when is Mashiach coming? Ki lishuatcha kivinu kol hayom is the only tefillah on the Shmona Esrei. We say kol hayom. We don't say Rif'eini Kol Hayom. We don't say Choneh La'adam Da'at Kol Hayom. The only prayer, if you look at the Shemona Esrei, the only prayer we say Kol Hayom, all day, 3 times a day. Lishuacha Kivinu Kol Hayom. Only for your salvation. Tzipita Yeshua. Do we really want Mashiach? So, the famous question, the Chafetz Chaim asked the question is, if Mashiach did not come during the Chafetz Chaim's time, the Rambam's time, Rashi's time, Tosfos' time, the Rosh, the Rif, Gedolei Hador, those people who, Hen Hem Al Ma'amudim Al Torah, they are the people who are let us continue learning Torah. Why would Mashiach come in our generation, where we are so far removed? It's a question that bothered me. If Mashiach didn't come so many times, but there were more Torah, more Gedolei Torah, people who are doing Nisim Niflot, my Zayde, my great-great-grandfather who's buried in Haram Ruchot, next to the Or HaChaim HaKadosh, where it says on his matzeva, he died in 1911, and it says, Shezacha Gilui Eliyahu Hanavi B'Hakitz V'Tadir. Eliyahu Hanavi came to visit my grandfather's grandfather. But B'Hakitz, when he was awake, Tadir, all the time. If Mashiach did not come during his time, why would he come during our time? Why would he come during the time of Shlomo Nisanov? Who am I? It's a good question. And the Chafetz Chaim gives a mashal. He says, imagine a giant, big, huge, tall guy. But no matter how tall he is, the mountain is a little taller. It's about 2 feet tall. No matter how much he tries, he cannot go over it because he's 2 feet short. All of a sudden, he takes someone who's a dwarf. He's a small guy, 2 feet. He puts him on the soldiers, and he says, let's go now, let's go over it. And now they will be able to cross it. That's the Nimshal. The fact that we had my grandfather's grandfather, the fact that we have the Rambam, the Rashi, and everyone before, it's only telling us that Mashiach is on his way. We are at the Iqwad Mashiach. And I am for sure certain, because my daughter wanted Mashiach, because she really wanted to see her Bobo. She said, I want to see my grandfather. And that's why she's buried in Yerushalayim Haram Luchot next to my father. Says, Zechuto Yagen Aleinu. Abba, Papa, I know you hear me. I know you're with me. I always say to myself, what would you do if you would be in my place? There are times I want to do something, say something to people I don't like, but I am reminded of you. He always told me, John Dedesh, don't argue with a foolish person. We don't know who's the fool. If you argue with him, then you might be the fool also. And my father used to tell me, if someone spit at your face, just look up and say, wow, where is it raining from? Guy spit in my face. If Hashem didn't want that spit to hit your face, it would have never happened. And if it happened, Ratzon Hashem. Don't ask why. With that, I'd like to introduce my mentor, my storyteller. Every year at the Aguda convention, I know why they let him speak last, Friday night. Friday night, nobody's going to stay up till 11 o'clock. But when Rabbi Pesach Kron speaks Friday night, everybody's going to stay up, including myself, including my wife. Chawal Rabbi Pesach Kron.